Okay, so we are live on One Stop Mouse. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please do so and hit that like button as always to help our little channel chug forward. Tonight we have a very interesting young man from a channel called Disinfinity, and he'll tell you some more about himself. Welcome to the channel, Daniel.
Hi.
Hi. So, I've been watching your channel with a lot of interest. I figured, I'm a little channel, and if I'm going to do some interviews with people, I mean, a lot of people are doing that kind of thing. I want to do interviews with people who are different.
Oh, okay.
And you certainly caught my eye. I'm almost old enough to be your grandfather. You've been doing some really cool gaming videos, all kinds of things. So tell me, start the timeline for me, if you would. When and how did your channel start, and tell me that whole story.
I'm pretty sure it was about May of 20. Hold on, let me just check. So April of 2018, I started. I actually did baseball cards to start.
Mm-hmm.
And then my first proper Disney video, it was starring Jack. Here he is. So, yeah, and then I started doing the stuff I did now, and then when the parks closed, I obviously had to do gaming, so I did that.
Right.
But now I'm getting back to normal Disney content.
Right. So you're 13, and is your dad sort of a collaborator with you, or is he not really into it, or is he like your cameraman, or are you a team, or how does all that work?
Yeah, he helps me out a lot.
Does he? Okay, cool. He sounded like a nice guy. I forgot what his name was when he popped his head in the other day. What's your dad's name again?
John.
John. Okay, so John and Daniel, the dynamic duo. So you started doing. Are you still doing the gaming videos, or you've stopped that now and started doing more Disney, or?
Yeah, we're definitely gonna do some more, but now we're finally starting to do some more Disney, which is good.
I think I saw the other day you did. You had the Festival of Fantasy parade on.
Yeah,
that was kind of nice to see. I haven't seen that in person since the dragon burned.
Oh, wow.
And then I guess they kind of took them down, or figured it out and everything. That was one of the big things. I think you said when we talked that you had, or your dad did, that you hadn't been to the parks in a little bit, right? A little while?
Yeah, it's been since July of last year, 2019.
Well, I was actually thinking about that. If you and Dad like how this experience went, I'm a local, so Magic Kingdom is like 25 minutes away. And I was there the other day and going to the parks, and I was thinking, if this goes well, maybe I could do a live stream, kind of split screen like this with Daniel, and kind of like walk through the parks, and he can vicariously, see Flight of Passage and whatever with me, like he's my buddy walking through the parks, and I could bring the park to you.
Yeah, that would be great
live if we do it. So I was that could be fun. When did you first visit one of the Disney parks? Do you have a memory of that? I know a lot of people have it's a big moment for them.
I was like 4 or 5 when we first went.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember much of it, obviously, but I remember we stayed at Pop Century and Caribbean Beach.
Oh, cool.
I actually don't remember much of Caribbean Beach, so if we went there again, it would be like a new experience for me.
Wow. So you were a very early bloomer before your very earliest memories.
Yeah.
Um, I was like that in terms of a Disney experience, but it wasn't at a Disney park. I actually was at the 1964 World's Fair in New York, and I don't even remember it. But as a 2-year-old, I jumped out of the boat at It's a Small World and started
Oh.
swimming through the canal. They had to shut the boat down. I was trying to make friends with all the dancing little child dolls. Um, and supposedly it was like an article in the local newspaper, and Walt was actually there at the park, and he thought it was hysterical that the little dolls were so engaging that some kid went nuts. But I was a really late bloomer in terms of getting into the Disney parks themselves. I didn't get to my first Disney park experience was not until visiting Epcot and Magic Kingdom as a college student when Epcot opened in the early 80s. So I was like twice as old as you are now.
Oh, okay.
So, but I've been catching up. So what is your best memory of a Disney park, you know, within that realm of when you can remember your favorite memory? Do you have one of those?
Probably when I went to Toy Story Land on its opening day.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Yeah, that was great. We got in because we had a fast pass.
Mm-hmm. Very cool. Very cool.
And that same trip, a few days later, we went on Alien Swirling Saucers and Slinky Dog Dash.
Mm-hmm.
So that was awesome.
That's great. Is your whole family into the Disney parks? Are you know, all of you go on family trips all the time, or do you find yourself just you and your dad, or how does that all go?
Yeah, we all love the parks.
That's great. That's great. Your dad and you know, I've been joking to people that this is sort of like, you know, Disney generations, because I'm on one side of the spectrum, you're on the other side of the spectrum. And obviously, whatever age your dad is, he's closer to my age. I know when I watch your videos, I love the parks in the same ways you do. Do you guys love the same things, or do you like different? You know, like if obviously I like the Food and Wine Festival a little bit different than you do at your age, because I'm drinking wine, and you probably are not. So are there different things you guys like that the other one doesn't like, and then common things?
No, I would say we mainly like the same things about Disney.
That's great.
The resorts are a great experience, and the parks.
What's your favorite resort?
I'd have to say either the Pop Century or the Polynesian. Pop Century would definitely say that the most. That was the first, and we stayed on one of our most recent trips. In Polynesian, we just had a great experience there.
Well, some of these questions I'm asking you, I remember I never got a chance, and I promised you that I would do it, and then I didn't because I really started getting inconsistent. Remember when you were playing tag with me and you said, hey, somebody asked me these questions? It was like a year ago. Somebody asked me these questions: what's your favorite resort? What's your favorite this? And I was going to do a video just like you did about that, and then I never did. So I can't even remember. It was like, what ride would you design, I think, for a Disney?
Yeah, I remember that.
What did you say to that?
I actually don't remember.
I can't either. I'm like, I don't know what I would. I mean, I know my favorite rides and stuff. I know my favorite. I remember you said Polynesian, in part, at least, to your favorite resort. Yeah. And actually, I think my favorite resort is the Polynesian too. And then second, I think it's the Wilderness Lodge. But
yeah, that's also a great resort.
When I go into the lobby of the Polynesian, it just feels, you know, it's just, I don't know. There's a lot of nostalgia there. That's an old resort, one of the first resorts.
Yeah, it's really a great experience, even now.
I've never stayed at the Caribbean beach. What do you like about that?
Honestly, I was so young, I don't really remember.
I guess the pool. I've seen pictures of the pool.
Yeah, it's like
Right?
the only thing I remember. The pool was great and the slides.
It's got those sort of towers that look like a Spanish fort of Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, that's cool. Let's see. Kind of wrote down about half a dozen questions that I was going to ask you, and then see where it went. So, what's your favorite attraction? What's your favorite ride? I know what mine is.
It's probably either Space Mountain or Splash Mountain. I've always loved those two.
Space or Splash? I love Haunted Mansion.
Yeah, it's a great one.
I had wanted to go on Haunted Mansion when I was a little kid so much, and my dad could never get us to Disneyland when I was little because Disney World hadn't even opened up yet. And we lived in New York on the East Coast, and my dad was a construction worker. We didn't have a lot of money, and we couldn't afford to go. So now that every time I go on Haunted Mansion here, I feel like it's the revenge of the little kid.
Oh, that's good.
Let's see. What's your favorite piece of Disney merchandise? Either one that you own or one that you want to own or one that you didn't get because it got sold out too quick.
Well, back when Toy Story Land opened, we really wanted the alien popcorn bucket.
Ooh.
But that sold out right away, as you probably know.
Yes.
Then in our next trip, we finally got it. You can actually see it in the background of some of my videos.
Oh, I'll have to look.
So we're glad to finally have it.
Do you usually like put it on the shelf in back of you so I'll see it if I look for it?
Yeah.
Okay. What is mine? I have the plaque for the Haunted Mansion that they have out front when you go through the gates. And I have it in my living room, and I have this little dramatic light underneath it, so it kind of like underlights it real spooky.
Oh, that's cool.
When you walk in my front door. Let's see, frame merge. Do you collect pins? Are you a pin collector?
Not really. We actually only have a few. I can actually show you one of them right now.
Sure.
Hold on.
I was going to say, what's your favorite pin?
Here it is. It's this really cool Star Wars one. It's Mickey as a Jedi and Donald as Darth Maul. They're fighting it out.
Oh, wow. Look at that. All right. Hold on one second. That is really cool. I like that. When did you get that? Oh, that's the Jedi Academy.
Yeah.
Let me take 1 second to talk to everybody. Hey, it's Joey's World. How are you? Thank you so much for joining us. It was so nice chatting and messaging with you early today. Mickey's Ears, thank you for joining us. Jonna Lynn, thank you so much for joining us. Hey there, Pooh Girl, how are you? Mouse Talk, how are you, Walt? Please, everybody, check out Walt and Melissa at Mouse Talk. He is the man. He is a very nice man. Yes, and he has been very supportive of me and encouraged me quite a lot. I like him very much. So please check out Mouse Talk. And you like Mouse Talk too, right, Daniel?
Yeah, it's a great channel.
Guy. Chris Barry, hello. He's saying hi to Daniel. He must be on your channel too. Let's see. Daniel Freed. Hi there. Have to send Daniel some love. Mickey's Ears. Thanks for joining us. And James the Jedi saying hi to Disinfinity. Hey guys, how are you? Thank you so much for joining us. If you have not subscribed to One Stop Mouse or Disinfinity, please do so. We appreciate your support and hit that like button. I'm going to be trying to do a series of interviews like this with the most interesting channels that I can get to come on my teeny little channel. And Walt from Mouse Talk was last week, and that was great. And Daniel is now. And just a few minutes ago, yeah, 11 watching. Thank you so much, Mouse Talk. Mouse Talk is great because I'm still not used to doing this. He's trying to help me. Thank you. Thank you very much, Walt. Walt, your good buddy, Disney Dan. I just got Disney Dan to want to do my interview coming up, my next one. So that's going to be great. If you guys have not seen Disney Dan, man, that guy's got energy coming out of his ears like he's on, like he's plugged into the wall socket. He's great. All right, great. Thank you, Joey. Thank you for saying I'm doing fine. And you are a person with a lot of personality too. Okay, so that was a really cool Jedi. When did you get that? Is that still available?
I'm not sure. I got it a few years ago.
I like that one. Is that your favorite of the ones that you have?
Yeah, probably. I think we actually got it at the Contemporary Resort.
Ooh. I'm not an avid pin collector. I mean, I was an avid pin collector. Deal was about a year and a half ago, I was living out of state. I was a platinum pass holder. I would come a bunch of times a year, and I was making a little more money back then. And when I came on my Disney trips, I would want to get every piece of merch I could because when am I coming back? Now I'm local. And I'm out of work like a lot of people, and I don't have the money to do that. But I probably have I have a bulletin board on my wall in my bedroom. I probably have about 30 pins. My favorite pin I ever got was a crystal. It was about that big. It was a crystal glass ball of the crystal ball with Madame Leota in it, and it was
that's like cool.
It was three-dimensional too, like it looked like liquid in it, or it was like quartz or something like that. Wow. And I had a very, very good friend who worked for the Disney Reservation Center. She still does, and I gave it to her because she is so thoughtful and cool with people. And talking about that, let me put a shout out to all of the great cast members who have been doing all of the things that they've been doing to get us through COVID. I was at the parks over the last week, and they are so cool. That is a hard job to keep reminding people all day long, thousands of times, please put your mask back on. And also, there are a lot of Disney cast members that are still furloughed, still not working. So my encouragement to them, I know you're going to go back at some point, but keep the faith, cast members. We love you. All right, so favorite pin. All right. That was really I usually write like a little short script, and then I see where it's going to go from there. What did you and your dad have any things that you wanted to talk about by any chance?
Well, actually, I wanted to ask you some questions.
Go.
Too.
Yeah, go.
So, your favorite Disney ride?
I almost fell off my chair and fell on my beagles.
Oh, wow.
Sorry. Okay, my favorite Disney ride is Haunted Mansion. Definitely. Yeah. I mean, from my earliest childhood memories, the reason that I wanted to go to the Disney parks the most is seeing pictures of the ballroom. And there I am as a little kid going, how do they do that? How do they do that? Oh no, there's real ghosts in there. And yeah, still amazing to this day. Now, how many people on the chat want to see the Hatbox Ghost put into the what's her name with the axe section, which has gone through so many changes over the years. I've never really been a fan of that section. I think I like every part of it except for I've always felt like the attic is the weak part. It was really weak up until about 10 years ago. It looked like it was a carnival kind of in there. And then it got better with the axe murderess scenario, but I wish the Hatbox Ghost would be in there, and they could sell a heck of a lot of merch on the Hatbox Ghost. I know they sell it at Disney, but they don't sell that much.
Yeah, he's really popular in Disneyland, I know.
That would be my if you were to ask me that question, what do you want to see? That's it. The Hatbox Ghost.
Oh. So my next question is, what is your favorite Disney World park? So Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Hollywood.
I would have to say, even though I love hey there to Pack a Punch. He's saying hey to Disinfinity. How are you? My favorite park is still Magic Kingdom because it gives me the chills.
Yeah.
When you walk down this, I mean, as soon as I walk in past Tony's Town Square and see the castle and all the classics are there. Still, Galaxy's Edge, especially Rise of the Resistance, is so incredible. But still, Magic Kingdom for me.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, have you ever been to Disneyland? And if not, do you plan on going there?
I have been to Disneyland 3 times.
Oh.
I used to live in Los Angeles, actually.
Oh, wow.
Way back, I've done a bunch of stuff in my life, but way back in the day, in the 80s and into mid 90s, I lived in Los Angeles. And so I lived in South Pasadena, actually near Los Angeles, and the trip without traffic, which of course there's always traffic, but it was like 36 minutes to Disneyland. And it's amazing that I didn't go more, but I was a slow bloomer and a late bloomer. And so, I mean, it's hard to even remember this, but when I went to Disneyland those few times, I didn't actually like it very much. The times that I went, it was really, really crowded. It was really, really hot. They had a bunch of ride breakdowns and everything. And I was like, and I had a bunch of drama going on. I had a sister who went with me, who was in an argument with me, all kinds of stuff. But it actually put me off going to a Disney park for a while. And then I got married to a lady in Georgia, and we started going to Disney World a lot. And it's interesting how people who are really, really excited about something, who you love, who you care about, who are your friends, they can like love it so much that it becomes contagious.
Yeah.
And my wife and her family were so crazy and so fanatical about Disney World, it just wiped right off onto me, and here we are. So
my next question is, what's your favorite Disney concession stand snack, like popcorn, pretzels?
Popcorn concession stand. As soon as you said, when I was thinking about a snack, I was going to think, of course, about a Dole Whip. But concession stand, if you go over to that.
No, just any snack in general at the park.
I would say the lime Dole Whip.
Oh, yeah, I've heard great things about
when they have that available. If any of you guys in the chat have not checked out the lime Dole Whip, sometimes they'll have it. Like if you were at the Polynesian and they're selling Dole Whips in the back. Sometimes they'll have a sign saying it's available today, but a lot of times it's available as a secret flavor, which means they're not telling people they're selling Dole Whips unless you ask for it on the secret menu. But if you haven't tasted it, I think it's actually better than the regular.
Oh, wow.
The regular one everybody knows. Have you tried that, Daniel?
Not that I can remember. I'll have to try it my next trip now.
You have to try it. You have to try it. Maybe when I do that, if we do a stream walking around talking together, maybe I'll do that. I'll go get a lime Dole Whip, and I'll kind of feed it to the camera for you.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Let's see. Dole Whip is the best. Thank you, Gamer Mario Zell. I could go for a Dole Whip right now, Jonathan. Now I could too. And in a stuffy little hot room with my two beagles that are about to start barking because it's thundering. Can't beat Dole Whip at the Poly. They took away all the table. Well, no, they had 2 tables at the Poly where they sell the Dole Whips, and usually I think they've got like 6 to 8 or something like that. They were really social distancing.
Oh.
So, and there was nobody there. I felt very comfortable, very safe. But
in my opinion, Disney is the safest theme park to go to right now. They're really doing a great job.
Yeah. If I was at Disney and the theme parks over, well, I was watching Mouse Talk's streams over the weekend, and I watched some other streams, and then I actually went right after Labor Day, and the crowds did not look anything like what you might have seen if you looked at Universal. Look at Universal footage. What was going on Labor Day? That did not look that comfortable.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, when people are literally like bumping into you from behind, I know a lot of people are like Disney is overdoing it, but
yeah, I don't think so.
I don't want people touching me.
Yeah. So my next question is, have you ever met or seen any celebrities at Disney?
Yes, I have.
Ooh.
At Disney Springs. And as you know, when we started talking, I used to work for Earl of Sandwich for a time at Disney Springs. And I'm making sandwiches. I was a sandwich maker, so I wasn't like taking orders at a register. So I'm not right at the front. I'm right behind like the register, and I've got my back turned, and it's kind of like an assembly line of sandwiches. And I hear this guy talking, and he sounds familiar. And I hear all these people going, "Hey, Cap! Hey, Cap! What's up, Cap?" And I turned around, and Chris Evans was standing there, and he was ordering a sandwich.
Wow.
So
that's really cool.
I probably made that sandwich too. I'll have you know. I made a sandwich for Captain America. Don't you forget it.
Wow, that's awesome. So my next question
Have you ever seen any celebrities?
No, I don't think so.
No? I think I saw somebody else too, but I think it was a celebrity that I didn't really know was a celebrity. It was a football player on a float. Oh, and any of you guys out there used to watch the ABC Disney TV series? Daniel, did you ever catch the ABC series Once Upon a Time?
No, I've heard of it though.
It was, it was this evil queen basically took Snow White, Prince Charming, and Rumpelstiltskin and everything, and put a spell on them. So they forgot everything and put them in a modern day town, and that was like her ultimate revenge. And the actress who played Snow White and the actor that played Prince Charming, they actually got married in real life.
Oh, wow.
And I saw them waiting on the line for Peter Pan back when that show was popular. And that same day I saw the guy that I loved who played Rumpelstiltskin, but that was way back in like 2007 or something like that. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my next question is, do you plan on live streaming from the parks in the future?
I do. Anybody that's watched One Stop Mouse knows that I have fiddled with it. And had, it's weird because there are dead spots where if you're not, one of the people like Corey or Mouse Talk or whatever, you gotta get to know. It's better than it used to be. Short answer is yes. I do plan on live streaming. Right now, I'm not live streaming because I've only gone to the parks once, just last week since they reopened, and
Okay.
I didn't feel. I was like, I've got too much to fiddle with, and I'm social distancing and hand sanitizing and everything. Let me go to each of the parks at least once and get it down, see what's going on. Now, FYI aside, the governor of Florida, Mr. DeSantis, basically said, Mickey's ears, this is so awesome and magical. Thank you so much, Mickey's ears. Governor DeSantis just said 2 days ago that it was fine with him if the parks wanted to elevate their cap for attendance from 30% to 75%. Now, nobody's done that. There's no news about if that's going to happen, when that's going to happen. But for locals who want to socially distance, I have a feeling that you might want to do that before it goes to 75.
Yeah.
Because I would not have felt good. I would have felt crowded, I think, at 75% yesterday at Epcot.
Yeah, in my opinion, maybe they should do 35 to 50 or 55. Not such a big jump.
Somewhere in between. That's a good idea. That's a good idea, Daniel. Gradual. Which is how Disney has handled this whole thing. You know, the other parks opened first and threw themselves out there, opened up their resorts. And if anybody's been watching the news, now, Universal and SeaWorld are closing resorts, firing a whole bunch of people. Disney closed slow, they're opening slow. They've been here a lot longer than everybody else, remember. Walt Disney World opened in the Orlando area on October 1st of 1971. SeaWorld opened up in, I think it was 73 or 74, a few years later. Universal Orlando didn't even open until the 90s. And so I feel like Disney has their finger on the heartbeat of the situation a little bit better.
Yeah, I know everyone followed Disney to Orlando because they saw how great of a place it was for theme parks.
It's so magical. I was talking to Walt on the other live stream the other day about, I'm a half an hour away and I can go and stay as long as I want and stuff like that. But if I was in the position I was in a year ago out of state, where I would always stay in a Disney resort because I didn't want to go off property, and like a lot of people, and I would go for several days on a marathon, and I didn't want to break the spell by going off property. And some of my favorite resorts aren't open, like the Polynesian. I don't think I would be a pass holder this year, unfortunately, and be coming down like I was before. So it's very interesting, the timing of becoming a local. And if you and your dad and your family become locals, I hope to meet you in person. I hope I can help you guys, give you some ideas where a good place to live is.
Yeah, we'd really appreciate that.
No problem. I've only been here a year now, so I'm not a professional. What else you got, Daniel? Shoot.
So my last question is, what is your favorite seasonal event or seasonal party?
The Halloween party. Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. Yeah. And of course,
it's a shame they're not having it this year.
I know. I dress up in the full Jones outfit. Authentic jacket cut from the shop that did Harrison Ford's jacket in England, all the stuff.
Wow. Not just the hat?
No, it's just a hat. And this is the hat, actually. Believe it or not, this is from Australia. This is the hat.
Wow.
And the reason is because 2 years ago at the Halloween party, I decided I was going to go full bore and do like cosplay at the Halloween party.
Oh,
Unfortunately, they would not let me take the whip into the park,
uh,
and they would not let me take the holster into the park, even though there was nothing in it but newspaper. But everything else went. And it was 100 degrees
okay.
on that day in September. So,
Oh, wow.
what's your favorite party? What's your favorite event?
Um, I have to say the Christmas party. The
Christmas?
decorations are just amazing, and but Halloween, that's also awesome. You can trick or treat down Main Street.
I know. Well, of course, everybody out there who's in the chat, and Danielle and I, I'm sure, both know that they just put out the news yesterday that they have canceled, they canceled the Halloween party a while ago, but they put out the news yesterday that they were canceling the Christmas party for this year. And then following that news, they basically told everybody that they weren't going to put the lights up on the castle where Elsa lights up the castle. And
Oh
everybody
yeah,
was
I heard
bummed out
that.
about that too. But that's obvious. After I was bummed, and I was like, oh, couldn't they at least do that? But they're closing the park before it gets dark.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
yeah, it's a
So
shame about all that, but at least we'll still have the beautiful decorations.
it is what it is. It is what it is. What was the question before this one? Before the favorite event?
Um, it was. Do you think you'll be streaming live? You think you'll be live streaming from the parks in the future?
I've been rambling, probably because I'm a little nervous. I'm still not used to this. What about you? When and if you guys get down here, maybe if you're living here in 2 years or something, do you watch these people live streaming in the park? Do you want to live stream?
Yeah, definitely.
That's great. That's terrific.
Yeah, we see Resort TV 1 and Spokesman and Corey Meets World.
Resort TV 1 is, I met Corey one time at the International Gateway over to Epcot. Real quick, if you're out there, Corey. I was that weird guy jumping up and down. I was live streaming and I was showing and he was doing the same thing, the Ratatouille construction.
Oh,
From
yeah.
that angle. Resort TV 1 was my big inspiration to actually move down here because I had a very tense job, very crazy job, and I used to watch their live streams and chill out and enjoy Disney vicariously. And they were really the first consistent quality stream, and a lot of us has followed in their footsteps. So
Yeah.
Josh and Jenna, thank you so much for what you did for me. I'm sure you do that for a lot of people.
Yeah, we actually walked past them on one of their streams one time. You could see
you?
us walk by.
What was the question before that?
Oh, have you ever been to Disney? Oh, no. Have you ever met any celebrities at the parks?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, so I told you that one. Please
Yeah.
subscribe. Please subscribe. Yeah.
And apparently on September 18th, adults and children. Oh, the 15th, adults and children will be allowed to wear costumes all day.
Yes. And I've been thinking about that because I almost had a heat stroke the last time I did the whole Indiana Jones thing. And my wife was prodding me to say, hey, we can dress. So I'm trying to make up my mind about that right now.
Yeah, hopefully it's not too hot on that day.
I went to Epcot the other day, and the food was better than ever.
Wow.
And some of the same things they had last year. So, like, I know one, like they have a fillet from Le Cellier that they sell out front, and when I had it, previously it was like overcooked and gray and cold. And when I
Oh,
was there yesterday, it was cooked perfectly, like I had ordered it that way. Um, and lobster rolls and beer cheese soup. And I don't know, maybe with less people, it's less of a huge assembly line, and they don't
yeah,
have to
maybe.
cook a lot ahead of time and let it sit. Whatever the reason is, for all of you that have not been to what they're calling a Taste of Epcot for food and wine. Also, I noticed a few topiaries here and there. There were a couple of topiaries that, the park was closed for Flower and Garden. So I guess they're, where there's popcorn in Epcot. Yes. I tried to get it, John Lynn, yesterday. I tried to get it, but my wife wanted to rush to get the lobster rolls, and we just rushed right past it, and then we came back, it was closed. Werther's popcorn, well, okay, you probably know this, Daniel. The Werther's popcorn that they have in, was it Carmel Kuch, in that Carmel shop in Germany?
Yeah, we love that.
They have fresh popcorn that they make and drizzle the stuff on, and you can buy it, put it in a bag. And then they have caramel that they have on the shelf that's already bagged. The stuff you buy fresh, you have to eat it before you leave Epcot, because if you go back to your resort and try to have it in the morning or something, it won't be any good because there's no preservatives in it and it'll be stale.
Yeah.
If you want to take some to go, get some fresh to eat there and get some in the bag to go. And caramel apples. Oh man, I'm getting hungry. Caramel apples from that place are unbelievable. I could smell that store all day long. It's so good. Yes, Mickey ears, me too. You can see me. I'm like salivating here. I'm going to have some dinner quick. Go have some sweet treat. So what are you guys planning right now? Are you thinking you might go on a COVID restrictions trip sometime in the near future, or are you just putting that off till you see how it goes?
Hold on, can you repeat that, please? Sorry.
It's okay. Are you guys thinking of going to the Disney parks, Walt Disney World, sometime in the near future with all these COVID restrictions and everything, or are you kind of hanging back and waiting to see how it goes before you do that?
Yeah, I think we're planning. By the end of the year, we'll probably be there. Of the year?
That's cool. At least you'll come. You'll see the Christmas decorations.
Yeah, that's the plan right now, to see all that stuff.
You go into the Polynesian.
Yeah, I heard they're retheming some of it to Moana.
They are. They are retheming it to Moana. And there is some other, I don't know whether to believe this or not. For those of you that have been around, it's not that long ago. I think they just did it 5 or 6 years ago. I'm sure a lot of you guys remember they used to, in the middle of the Polynesian, they had a huge centerpiece with orchids that, like, people who were into orchids and flower specialists and stuff would come. And I mean, literally, it was a mountain that went from the central floor of the middle and went almost all the way up to be level with the second floor.
Wow.
And then, because they needed space in the lobby, they got rid of all that. And if you see now, it's the tiki and a little bit of a garden around him. And the garden itself is probably like 7 feet tall. And it might be 8 by 8 or something, like in a square. And they take pictures right there. Somebody told me that they're going to increase the size of that garden again. I just can't see them going backwards, though. I think they need the space.
I really hope they keep the tiki. It's a great centerpiece.
I still want the favorite piece of merch that I don't have yet that I want is there is a tiki lamp in the gift shop on the ground floor of the Polynesian that is awesome. It's besides my Haunted Mansion plaque, I think it's the best I've ever seen. Um, Even with a couple of discounts that I could get on that kind of stuff, it's like a $300 lamp.
Oh,
and so
wow.
I know, and I'm not working right now, so every time I see it, I'm like, oh. And I wonder when I'm going to bite the bullet. My wife said
Oh,
I'll probably bite the bullet when I get a Dole Whip with the rum in it,
oh,
down at the bottom of, and I just do it impulsively and then regret it. But I'll let you know about my adventures with the tiki lamp later. Is your dad there? Is he on the chat?
yeah. He was chatting before as Disinfinity.
Oh, he was
Also,
on there?
Yeah, not recent though. I have another question for you.
Sure, go for it, Daniel.
So, what's your favorite Disney restaurant?
You first.
Mine is Via Napoli and Epcot. They have the best pizza I can think of anywhere in the world.
Okay. Awesome. My I used to have a favorite restaurant that was in Italy that some of the people out there will remember, that went away a handful of years ago, several years ago, and it was called Alfredo's. And it is where they invented, in Italy, fettuccine Alfredo. And the pasta there was so good that it was another species.
Wow.
It's like people talking to you about New York pizza, and then they go there and they're like, well, what do you mean? And then they eat it and they can't stop eating it. It was the best thing ever. Nowadays, my favorite restaurant, let's see. Daniel, what's your favorite restaurant for breakfast?
Oh, maybe Ohana.
Got it. Good. I like that too, but my favorite restaurant for breakfast is Kona Cafe, also in the Polynesian. Ohana is closed right now, with all the Kona Cafe is open, and I just went and ate there the other day. The best thing that I've ever had for breakfast anywhere in my life, everybody knows about Tonga toast, which is deep fried, sugary, banana filled French toast they have there, but they have macadamia nut pancakes there, and that is the best breakfast I've ever had. So that's best for breakfast. How about lunch?
Lunch. That's also a tough one.
Lunch. Hey guys out there. Let's see. Oops. Via Napoli rocks. Fun chat. Gotta run. Thank you, Jonalyn. Take care. I can smell that store all day long. Thanks, Jonalyn. Please subscribe. Sorry, I forgot to roll down on that. Dole Whip is the best. Let's see.
I think Casey's Corner in Magic Kingdom for lunch.
Which one?
Casey's Corner.
Casey's. Oh, those hot dogs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, we ate at Woody's Lunchbox recently. That was good, but Casey's Corner is definitely our favorite for lunch.
Casey's Corner in Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
Or a lobster roll from, what is that? Liberty. Yeah.
Tree Terrace.
Liberty Tree. Yes. I think I agree with you in Magic Kingdom. Trying to think what my best overall lunch is in any of the parks. So Animal Kingdom, Universal.
Yeah, I remember.
I'll go with that. Yeah, hot dog at Casey's. Some of those are unbelievable. And
at Hollywood
dinner.
Studios, we had lunch at Pizza Rizzo's once. I think it's
Pizza
closed
Rizzo.
now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was good pizza.
I know the best salad at Disney is the Cobb salad at Hollywood, a Hollywood Brown Derby. I think the best dinner for me, and I know Walt will agree with this because he loves this place, is the Boathouse at Disney Springs. What's your best dinner?
Dinner. Well, definitely via Napoli, as I said before. Ohana is a great dinner experience. And Boathouse at Disney Springs.
Right, right. Ohana is great, actually, all the
Yeah.
way around. And even with the changes that they were supposedly going to make, and then didn't, I guess, and they're closed. Right now, one of our favorite
I have
resorts is
another dinner
probably,
option.
what's that?
Chef Mickey at Contemporary. That's definitely my favorite character dinner.
Dinner?
Yeah,
I've never actually had dinner there, only breakfast.
Oh, it's definitely my favorite character place. And also Crystal Palace at Magic Kingdom with Winnie the Pooh.
Crystal Palace, very good. I know Chef Mickey's is open. I don't know about any of you guys out there know if Crystal Palace is open right now. I don't know about that one. I know, you can get on your My Disney Experience app. A lot of the places like Kona Cafe, they're open now, but they have more limited menus. And so they didn't have, like when I went to Kona Cafe, they didn't have the macadamia nut pancakes. They had cut back on half of their menu. So I don't even know. I only know Chef Mickey's is open.
Mickey Ear says Crystal Palace is closed.
Oh, Disinfinity, thank you. Oh, really? Disinfinity, Columbia Harbor House. Yes, thank you very much. Ronto Wrap, those are great. I like Ronto Wraps at Ronto Roasters in Galaxy. Yes, have you tried those?
No.
Oh, those are awesome. Those are awesome. Let's see. Crystal Palace is closed. Thank you very much. Chef Mickey's open, but family style, no characters. Right. I'm going to make a reservation for Hollywood and Vine. Right. Hollywood and Vine just reopened back, and they've got the characters.
Yeah, Hollywood and Vine is great.
They're just kind of from a distance. I've had great meals at Hollywood and Vine. And
yeah, also I love the different events. Like the one I remember the most is Star Wars, where everyone was dressed in Star Wars costumes.
Oh, at Hollywood and Vine?
Yeah, it's always a great one.
That's great. That's great. The prettiest dress I ever saw on Minnie was at Hollywood and Vine at Christmas time.
Oh.
She had on a red gown that was all sparkles. The most incredible thing ever. I told Mickey that he should propose. So,
what did he say?
He got embarrassed. He and then he walked away. He seemed intimidated. Very nice. Well, cool. Daniel, it was really nice speaking with you. I'm trying to think of how. Let me ask you, the gaming videos that you did do when you were going down that road for a little bit. Did you enjoy those?
Yeah, they were fun to make. Not as fun as the Disney ones, though.
Right. I remember you were. I was very captivated by one of those. I remember Iron Man, but it was one of the other ones, and it was just like virtual reality. It was very cool. It was very cool. Good job with those.
Thank you.
And if you want to stay, when I end the broadcast in a moment, if you want to get your dad on, and it's not live, it'll be just the three of us. I can tell you anything you want that I happen to know about from, because my wife and I did really research down here where we wanted to be. And we wanted to be within a half an hour of the park and be in a little house with a yard for our dogs and stuff. So I'll let you know what I know. Does your dad have any questions or anything else you guys want to throw in? Let's see. Hold on. My son is 12 and he loves gaming. Isabel, good friend Isabel, who is a cast member from Disney. And Isabel, you should have your son check out and subscribe to Disinfinity and see some of the stuff that Daniel's doing. He's just a year older than your son. I know is that the same son, Isabel, that you told me about, that you were asking me all kinds of questions about cameras and stuff and how I set stuff up? I would guess. Okay. Well, guys, stay safe out there when you go to the parks. Thank you for joining us. And thank you, Daniel, for joining me. I really, really appreciate it.
It's a lot of fun.
It was. I'm going to steal a line of Walt's from Mouse Talk. I'll paraphrase. He always says, thanks, folks, so much for joining us, because there's a lot of things that you could be doing with your time other than being here with us. And thanks for giving us your time and attention. Before we leave you, Daniel from Disinfinity and Bob or Jones from One Stop Mouse, please do me a favor and subscribe to both of our channels and like this video if you would. Check out our other videos. We do a lot of instructional how-to sort of stuff about Disney, you know, how to get through the weather and how to survive if you're a diabetic and stuff like that. And Daniel does all kinds of interesting things, and so you should really check those out. Anything you want to say before we say farewell, Daniel?
Thanks, everyone, for joining. We really appreciated it. Seeing you in the chat and talking with everyone. So that was awesome.
Very good. Thank you for joining us. Come back and see us. We'll see you real soon. Why? Because we like you. Bye. Hang on, Daniel. Stay where you are, okay?